What is going on, my YouTube friends and all my Patreon friends? How we all doing today? All my angels, how we living? How's everyone doing? We got Angelina Jordan, All I Ask. All I Ask. And this is an Adele cover, but if you didn't know, and I'm sure most of y'all do, Bruno Mars and Philip Lawrence co-wrote on this. And so Philip Lawrence is the backing vocalist, like kind of the secondary man, the hype man of the Bruno Mars and the Hooligan show, which I just got back from seeing twice in DC. It was my third and fourth time seeing that show. And I've seen Silk Sonic too, so my fifth time seeing Bruno, but my first time seeing Philip Lawrence, and it was unbelievable. Like, just friggin' believable. Would recommend if you're into that kind of music. If it's definitely like the live thing is R&B, like it's very like funky, would recommend checking out. But anyways, we're not talking about that. This is an Angelina Jordan video, and we're doing a twofer today. And so for that, I am going to trade y'all for a sponsor for the video, so that's going to play in between the two, and I appreciate y'all being patient with me, but a boy's gotta live. A boy's gotta live. I've got all Angelina Jordan's links in the description box, all the ones that I use. Please double check them. Please make sure you're interacting with them, because the more we interact with each of those, the more she's gonna give them attention, I guess. So if it's the TikTok, the Instagram, whatever it is that you use, especially in preparation of the record coming, man, come on. Let me pull this up. Feeling good today, man. Feel like the camera's looking good. Let's do this. All I Ask. So cards on the table, I actually haven't heard the Adele version of this, unless it was like on the radio once or twice in passing or whatever, but anyways.
I will leave my heart at the door. I won't say a word. They've all been said before, you know, so I don't wait. Just play pretend like we're not scared of what's coming next. We're scared of having nothing left, but don't get me wrong, I know there is no tomorrow.
Wow, Angelina, man, this could be already could be one of my favorite of her quick riff songs. You know what I mean? Because it's a ballad, but she's moving really quick, man. But I'm sitting here thinking, that's not even the point I want to make. I'm sitting here thinking, so okay, you have like a register, like let's just say like the big picture, like your big rocks, or you can sing in any of your ranges from like a low point to a high point, right? How many octaves is that? Some people it's like 4, some people it's like 6, some people it's like 2.5, whatever, right? And then in each of those registers, how many notes is that? So it's like your chest voice, your head voice, your falsetto, this and that. I don't know if I've ever asked how far someone's range is for their mixed voice, because I think Angelina Jordan might have one of the furthest ranges in that I at least have paid attention to in a minute. Because I think this whole section wouldn't sound the same if she was singing it just in her chest voice, just in her falsetto. I think she's locked in at her mixed. And she's got a really nice, like, wide kind of sounding embouchure, I guess. It sounds like she's singing with, like, a wide, like, pressed mouth, even though she's not. And she's getting away with a lot of things that I don't think I would like in a lot of singers. Like, if you could bear with me, if I could relate it to, like, Rihanna for a second, how they kind of... It's not like a mumble, but she's not quite announcing like the word and. It's kind of got this like, but with Angelina's, it's so clean still, even though she's going in and out of like perceivably where her chest would resonate and her head voice or her falsetto would resonate, which I think puts her in her like kind of mixed. You can kind of move between the two more effortlessly with less tonal differences if you're sitting in your mixed. But she went really low and really high sitting in that position, and I took a long time to wrap around to this point. But I would not be surprised, man, if she had one of the like more stretched, capable, I guess, or like the more reach on the piano just in her mixed position. Very interesting. Let's go. Think about that. All these notes here.
I will leave my heart at the door.
For sure mixed.
I won't say a word. They've all been said before, you know.
For sure mixed.
So I don't wait.
Mixed.
Just play pretend.
Mixed.
Like we're not scared of what's coming next.
Debatable.
We're scared of having nothing left, but don't get me wrong, I know there is no tomorrow.
See, like, oh, I might have to ask a better vocalist than me, because I'm a sound guy. I just did a lot of singing and worked with a lot of singers. I think this is all her mixed, man. This is incredible. This is wild.
Left, but don't get me wrong, I know there is no tomorrow. I ask is if this is my last night with you. Hold me like more than just a friend. Give me a memory I can use. Take me by the hand, I will do what lovers do. No matter how this ends, 'cause what if I never love again?
Wow, what a chorus. What a chorus. And man, she the first probably 3/4 of that was chest voice, like full send, full send. But again, man, I think she dialed it back to that mixed voice. I'm going to lean on that a bunch for this video. But the thing is, and I'm not going to talk about Bruno Mars anymore, but every pro singer, and think what you want about Bruno Mars, that's not really the point. Every pro vocalist that I've watched break down Bruno Mars say that he's the king of mixed voice. So if we have Angelina Jordan doing her spin on something that Bruno Mars, lent a hand to, I think that's a compliment, man, especially that she's doing this, in my perceived opinion, in a lot of her head voice, man. This is killer. Chest voice is killer too, man. It always is. It always is. I'm just really shook by her control and her capability of control in those notes, in that voicing range on the piano of her mixed voice. Unbelievable. I gotta hear this again. And I'm gonna shut up for a bit.
This is my last night with you. Hold me like more than just a friend. Give me a memory I can use. Take me by the hand, I will do what lovers do. No matter how this ends, 'cause what if I never love again?
And she's using her breath for weight. It's not for this tonal thing. There's a lot of modern music. I'm not gonna say names, but it's got this love again. You know what I mean? And she just has such a good way of managing that and controlling that. Great request. Great request. I can't remember who requested this one. Someone in the comments, but. Okay, let's go. Let's hear it.
I don't need your honesty. It's already in your eyes, and I'm sure my eyes, they speak for me. No one knows.
They speak for me. Whatever that riff was. Wow.
It's already in your eyes, and I'm sure my eyes, they speak for me. No.
And they do. If I could take a moment, her eyes do speak for her 90% of the time. Anyways, verse.
And I'm sure my eyes, they speak for me. No one knows me like you do. And since you're the only one that matters, you tell me who to run to.
I didn't want to pause it yet.
Since you're the only one that matters, you tell me who to run to. Don't get me wrong, I know there is no tomorrow.
See, and like, oh man, I'm sorry to break it in this because it's so nice, but having her draw that tight, and I don't think like this is the performance, and that's okay, that's cool. She's probably singing it like it's just another take, right? But like to be like the just how she held onto that, that's why I think she's like leaning into her mix, and I think she's got a ton of power and a ton of control, a ton of development behind her mixed voice, and I think it's showing, man. I think this is a great example of her like vocal capabilities in a placement that I think is a touch precarious. It's fun to sing in, touch precarious.
Give me a memory I can use. Take me by the hand, oh, I will do. Memory I can use. Take me by the hand, oh,
I'm looking at her mouth opening and me hearing the sound of her mouth opening, and now I'm thinking this might have been the take.
take me by the hand, oh, I will do what lovers do. No matter how this ends, 'cause what if I never love again?
Beautiful. Just beautiful. That, like I said, I haven't really heard that song. I heard Bruno do it once, and I thought Bruno did a good job of it. I haven't consciously listened to the Adele version, man, and I don't really have to anymore. I'm not trying to pander either, man, but like, wow. As far as like fast riffs and stuff like that go, and I'm not always the biggest fan of like the quick riffs, so like I don't want people sending me like, you know, oh, you thought that was fast, check this one out. That's not really my thing, but as far as those go, this could have been one of my favorites. Off the top of my head, this one's for sure my favorite. That took me like 5 seconds to decide too, but I appreciate y'all checking this one out. I'm gonna jump into a second one. This video is brought to you by Newer audio, video, and photography equipment. They've been so kind to set my small studio up with a bunch of their lights, and I'm gonna walk you through the new ones I've gotten today. I've got their 100-watt video light as my main camera light. And recently I've gotten a pair of the newer RGB 660 100-watt video lights. These guys come in a pair with lights. They got a traveling case, and let me tell you, these bad boys are so bright. I don't even know what to do with them half the time. The lights come with an app that they pair with, and you can use it off your phone to set any of the color grading you might want to do, any color themes, and even some presets like ambulance and fireworks, candlelight. There's all kinds of fun ones on them. You gotta check it out. You gotta check this out. Since it's so easy to switch between the natural light and the color lights, I can use this room to have multiple bodies in here, and I can have multiple wash lights for everyone that are all color graded to the same temperature. So I match them all at 5600 Kelvin, which matches my 100-watt video light, which I'm using right now on myself in my regular talking videos. Or if I'm just having a personal concert in my office, I can set it to the theme or to the mood that I'm kind of performing in, and it doesn't bother anyone. It doesn't add any heat, and it doesn't add any noise to my recordings, which is all very important to the studio. So thanks Newer for making my office space so intuitive and so easy to work in. You can check them out in the link in the description box and save 20% by using the discount code BEL20. And let's get back to the video. All right, my angels, we're doing Mary's Boy Child, Angelina Jordan, and the reason is, not only has this been like a piling up request, which I thought was hilarious come like spring and summertime, but I got another Christmas request from another artist that I react to. So I thought we could do Christmas in July, June, Christmas in summer nonetheless, and we'll watch Mary's Boy Child. So carrying on with the double, I appreciate y'all watching my I appreciate y'all watching my sponsor video from Newer, and I appreciate Newer pimping out my video, man. I appreciate Newer like setting up my office. I appreciate Newer. Wow. Thank you to Newer for sponsoring this video and setting up my office, man. I hope y'all think it looks beautiful, as beautiful as I think it looks. And let's do this, man. This is gonna be fun. This is gonna be fun. Hold on, I gotta pull it up. There it is. And let's go. Nice guitar riff.
Long time ago in Bethlehem, so the Holy Bible says, Mary's boy child, Jesus Christ, was born on Christmas Day.
Wow. Great introduction. I wish it was a little bit louder. I tried to turn it up for y'all a little bit. I hope it's audible at least. Great introduction. I think like first kudos to the guitar player, man, because I've played this song on guitar, similar versions like this, and it did not sound like this. I promise, like, trust me, it did not sound like this. So kudos to the band. I also think that that is a testimony to Angelina Jordan, because if you have this dope of musicians around you, that's really a sign of like how great you are. And she looks young in this. I'm not too sure what year this came out. But her approach to this is fantastic, man. Contrary to the last one we watched, I think she's got a lowered larynx position and she's kind of leaning into that a little bit. And you can sing gently. You can sing like, you know, what, like mezzo forte and like kind of down. And you can be gentle, but you can still be resonant with a lowered larynx. I'm trying to do it right now. And I think that's what she's doing right now. And I think, so master the mix before, master of the lowered larynx in this one. Or whatever it is that I'm hearing. That's what it sounds like to me. And I really should do like a podcast or something with like a real vocal coach or something. Maybe y'all can let me know who I should get a hold of down below. Sounds great.
Was born on Christmas Day. Hark now, hear the angels sing, a new King born today. And men will live forevermore because of Christmas Day. Shepherds watch their flock by night, then see a bright new shining star.
Ooh, I like that. I like how she's stretching the lines out. And a bright news, because how do I know it? The Boney M one. And a bright new shining star. It's very squared up. Maybe it's swung a little bit, but like the phrases are very squared up. She's like stretching them a little bit. And I like that. It's like, it's making me pay attention more.
Then see a bright new shining star.
Like that.
Then hear a choir sing. The music's to come from far. Hark now, hear the angels sing, a new King born today.
Today. Like I could barely keep it in my falsetto or my head voice or whatever, and she just seems so comfortable. And our voicing, our placements, everything's gonna be different, but my voice should be lower than hers. Mine should be easier to do that in that placement than hers. Like, come on, man. Drummer's playing with his hand. That's dope. Super dope. Beautiful score.
Now Joseph and his wife Mary come to Bethlehem that night.
Beautiful.
Then find no place to bear she child. Not a single room was inside. Hark now, hear the angels sing.
Like, it's so rich, but it doesn't seem like she's sending that much. Like, it doesn't seem like she's singing that loud, but there's still so much tone and body to her voice. It's just, and like, you know, I could get into this. Like, I think it's like a SM58, like a Beta 58. So it's not like it's going to do any favors. They're just like, they have a little bit of low resonance to them, but it's not going to help her with notes or anything. And her control, man, is just spectacular. Like, especially with how she's playing with the time, like with the meter. It's like she's not late. It's like she's late, but she's on time. Like, I don't really know how to describe that. It's like if there was a choir, she wouldn't be the first one in, the first one or the last one out, somewhere in the middle. But it's got this like nice feel to it. I don't know. I really don't know how to describe it. Maybe it's just like a jazz thing that I'm just not accustomed to, but it's beautiful.
I'm by the final wall in the stairwell of forlorn, and in a manger cold and dark, Mary's little boy was born. Are you hearing the angels sing? The new king born today, and then will live forevermore because of Christmas Day. Are now hearing the angels sing?
Ugh.
The new king born today. And man will live forevermore.
See how she like almost like fell off that run with how she closed her mouth? Let me find it. Let me find it.
And man will live
Like how she, I can't even quite do it. It's like as she closes the 4, she's like falling the like whole step or whatever that is. Listen to this.
and man will live forevermore
Beautiful.
because of Christmas Day.
Give it up, my friends. Great performance. Great performance. Let me pull this away. I thought, fantastic back to back. Interesting that like she just showed such a casual yet professional demonstration of like, in my opinion, 2 very different styles of singing. Like one was very mixed voice focused, and this one sounded like it could have been in a mixed place, like a mixed placement for her, but she was more like in that like louder dynamic, fuller dynamic than in the first one. And I think that the 2 really showed each other really nice contrast, and I really appreciated that. I don't know how that lined up like that, but I think the 2 went really well hand in hand. So I appreciate that. A whole bunch of y'all recommended both those ones. I didn't even write the names down. I just been staring at them for a long time. So I appreciate everyone showing up for that. I've got all Angelina Jordan's links, all the ones that I use. If I'm missing some, maybe someone let me know down below in the comment section. But I've got them in the description box. I've got mine in there as well. I've got our sponsor of the video in the description box as well. If you want to check out any lights or recording or video camera production stuff, you can use the code BEL20 to get a discount, 20%. My Patreon links in the description box. My PayPal links in the description box. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate everybody. We'll see everyone soon.